Gotta get the bag, gotta get the bag. Ain't no need to lag, ain't no need to lag. Yeah, gotta chase the bag, gotta chase the bag. Ain't no need to lag.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab. Let's see here. What's up, Marcus? Bro, I still don't know how to say your name. What's up to you, Money? I'm gonna call you Money. Let's get my stuff pulled up here. I want to make sure I could hear the sound, or my mic has been weird and everything. What's up? Okay, let me get my screen pulled up here. We'll get going. I got a couple plays out already. So if you're in the Discord, I don't know if they moved or not. I had some early action that I wanted to make sure I got on. Yeah, I think they have moved actually. Big time. Big time. Big time. So, top of the hour, live just on YouTube today. All caps, lunchtime, 25% off on the Beer Money VIP, pass for a month. Description. I get the link to the bottom there. Link in the description. I mean the monthly, 25% off. That saves probably $10, makes it $30. Should make it $1 a day. I mean, if you're gambling, is $1 a day. I mean, it's pretty affordable. Positive in 5 of the last 6 days. That 6th day was a break-even day. So theoretically, I'm good for 6 straight days in a row now after actually having a bad day. I think we're gonna sweep today. The plays we're about to talk about, I dropped them early in the Discord. I dropped them early in the Discord and they've moved. So we're going to play not as good of a line on the podcast today. So certainly beneficial to being in the Discord. This doesn't always happen, but I know I recognize some spots that I thought I was going to see some movement, and we have seen the movement. So we've got the better closing line value, whatever. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hats fire. So the mic is actually blue, but it does look kind of purple. So this is actually one of my favorite Vikings hats. It's got a little like black and going the wrong way. Black and lighter gray, like camo or whatever. And I'm not cool enough. Like I'm too old to wear hats flat bills forward. It's a 3930 from New Era that I wear forward that fits good, but the rest of them I'm running them backward, But all right, let's see. Let's pull my screen up and we'll get into it. I got quite the hat collection though. I'm a big fan of wearing hats. I've got about $200 in Fanatics credits that I need to get using here. I was gonna get a Vikings, like I don't have just a plain purple with the normal Vikings logo. So I was gonna get one of those. I'll wear any team in the MLB because the White Sox suck. That's my team, so I'll wear any hat. I got an Angels hat. Shoot, I got in a fight in my Angels hat the other day. All in the Discord, you've seen something about that. I got a Reds hat and a Blue Jays hat. I'm due to buy another hat. Let me go to my other screen, fanatics.com. All right, anyway, plays today. First off, feeling good about the plays today. Got some stuff added on here. Let's see. What do we want to do first? First off, let's see. This is Ballpark Pal. Once again, you have to pay for this. A lot of times they tweet this anyway. So I'm probably paying $10 for nothing, but sorry for sharing it if I, shouldn't. But we have some pretty good weather. So home run wise, we'll do a little crowdsourcing home run parlay. Have you guys help me out instead of me just picking the plays because I suck. But I mean, we got wind blowing out in Boston. You got 23% increase in runs, 9% increase home run chance. So I think we want, and we'll talk about it in a second, but I got my eyes on a couple Oakland players here. We got Great American Ballpark, Cincinnati, the smallest park in the league. due to the heat, humidity. They got a 40% increase in home runs. I think we got to look at a Reds player here. You got, the Philly ballpark, another small ballpark. It's hot. That's a bright red sun, 31% increase. We do have Zach Wheeler pitching, who I don't think gives up a lot of home runs. So I think taking some Dodgers is a little scary. I think we load up on a Philly. And then got wind blowing out to left field in Baltimore against Jameson Taillon. I think going after maybe a right-handed bat from Baltimore wouldn't be a bad idea. That's kind of home run wise. I mean, that's where we're at. But we got some pretty good weather. And then on the reverse side, it'll be important here later. But and then the pink or the red means that there's like a chance of rain. Milwaukee, you got wind blowing in, but an increase in home run, which I don't know if that makes any sense to me. I swear I thought Milwaukee was a dome. Anyway, though, I didn't realize that was actually a plus 12%. But what I was going to say later probably just won't make any sense, but that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and talk about some plays, though. First off, like the video. I mean, shoot, share the video if at all possible. If you guys are coming from Twitter, retweet that for me. We've got I can tell you here in a second. 1,180 something subscribers. So I mean, shoot, we were pushing to get to 1,000. I haven't talked about it, so make sure you guys are hitting that like. So that's cool. I'll definitely take that. About 16 people watching, so make sure you hit the like button. I mean, if you're watching on a recorded version, just honestly, just drop a comment, just say hi, just say hello. I mean, I'm sure it helps in some kind of algorithm to have some, comments in it. If you watch that pick of the day video, go in there and just, good pick, something like that. Drop a comment. Trying to get the YouTube going. Still trying to get it going. It's tough though. It's tough. Okay. First play, we'll talk about, we'll talk about our thumbnail player of the day, Brian Bayo. Under 16.5 on DraftKings. On FanDuel, he's under 17.5 but minus 146. This play in the Discord, I gave it out earlier today at minus one. I'll tell you in a second here. I'll look it up. We got it minus 130 on FanDuel. So we were able to play Brian Bayo under 17.5 at minus 130. It's now at minus 146. So Discord, VIP, beer money, whatever. Have the one up to this play. So we're gonna have to transition to the 16.5, I think. Up to you though. If you want to play that minus 146 juiced, don't like the juice on it. But I mean, that's certainly doable. You could also use a juice reducer of sorts. Put it with, I'm waiting on the Astros to announce hopefully Blanco's pitching. That's what I've seen. Trevor Rogers to not get a win. I forgot I had that on there. We'll use that probably for another play. But, if Ronel Blanco is the starter, his outs is probably going to be a pretty good look. Just a little nugget for later, as the Marlins are just so bad against, not bad. They just don't see a lot of pitches. So pitcher props against them are like really, really beneficial. But if you wanted to play here, all right, so I like Shea Langeliers and I like Kyle Schwarber for home runs. So Marcus, if you hadn't locked in, Marcus, I think you're in the Discord. So if you missed out on it, you haven't locked in on it yet. I feel that, let's see. Oh, I already got it clicked. I feel like if you want to wait and see who the Astros is pitching is possibly a better look, unless we think that is going to move to 16.5, and it very well could. I mean, you could do this, I think. Honestly, I feel like I saw or heard that Ronel Blanco was starting. I don't know though. So this is a little scary, but we could do the Astros plus 1.5. I mean, the Astros are the better team. Trevor Rogers has not been good. I can pull up on my phone here. I'm pretty sure this man has just one win. I mean, the Marlins in general, just not a very good hitting team. Astros 2 games over 500. Trevor Rogers is 1-9. Yeah, Marcus, I swear I saw Blanco is the projected starter. They just haven't announced it yet. Ronel Blanco 8-3, 2.53 ERA. I mean, on the Yahoo Sports app, it's showing Ronel Blanco. So like I'm feeling pretty good that 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 he's going to be starting. He's got a 2.61 home ERA, he's 3-2. I think this is a great play right here, guys. As a juice reducer, I would rather take the 17.5 over the 16.5. I'll show you. We'll look at the graphs here, just real quick, and tell you why. Where's he at? Why I like him. And guys, like this is MLB, like I it goes without saying, but all this shit can just go out the window, as we know. What's up, Tom? All this stuff can just go out the window. Um, you know, baseball is just such a difficult sport to bet on. You could have the perfect reads. There's bets I'm going to make 10 times out of 10. And if it loses 3 times in a row, it's still the right play kind of thing. Looking at Brian Bayo here, under in 10 of 15. Look, he went 20 outs against Miami. That doesn't count. Everybody goes deep against Miami. Miami sees like the second, maybe the fewest amount of pitches per plate appearance. They strike out like 60 less, or I'm sorry, they walk like 60 less times than the second lowest team. They just don't see a lot of pitches. So everybody goes over against Miami. If Ronel Blanco is listed as the starter, Ronel Blanco's outs line is probably going to be huge if they even give one. He at home is under this in 5 of 6 starts. The guy does not pitch good at home at all. This year he's faced the A's twice this year. I remember watching this game. The dude got lit up. I mean, the A's were hitting bombs against them. Langoliers hit 2 against them, if I'm not mistaken. JJ Bleday hit 1. And then last year he faced them one time and only went 12 outs. He had given up 6 runs in the one and then 4 in another. He's given up 10 runs in his 2 starts. He's gone 5 and 4 innings pitched. So that's only 15 and 12 outs for us. We need him under 17.5. That means I'm thinking the man doesn't even come out into the 6th inning. But if he comes out into the 6th inning, he could very well get knocked out before he makes it the full way. I think this is a good spot. The guy's not good at home. He's got, let me pull up my notes from Discord, see if I missed anything. He's got a 6.21 home ERA and a 4.59 away ERA. I didn't write it down. I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but I know he walks like 2 more batters at home than he does away. And he strikes out less guys at home than he does away. Fenway is known to be a hitter's ballpark. And boy, is Fenway going to be a hitter's ballpark. 9% increase in home runs, 23% increase in runs. We have wind blowing out. You can see it's just one little blue line compared to 2 blue lines at Comerica Park. So that means it's not like heavy blowing out, but blowing out like a lot. And then bullpen wise, they did not play yesterday. So they got a fresh bullpen. So they got fresh arms ready to come in and take over for him. So this is going to be the first play right here. Brian Bayo under 17.5 outs and the Astros plus 1.5. As the Astros are certainly going to be the better team, and especially with Ronel Blanco. If you want to wait to see if Ronel Blanco is going to start for sure, That's probably the smarter thing to do. However, you very well could lose that 17 and a half. I think that goes to 16 and a half, as all the other books are at 16 and a half. Next play. Next play, we're gonna go with the Nickeladolo play. So the line hasn't moved. The odds have just moved. This is another one that I think is going another direction. I think this is gonna go higher by time the game starts. So he's not even listed on FanDuel, which is weird. So let's pull him up here. Okay. Over 15 and a half. We got him at minus 135 in the Discord earlier today. We got it at minus 120. So I mean, nothing crazy in that terms. So you guys are getting a couple Discord, exclusive type plays or whatever. And I think I've talked about it before. Like there's times where I have sometimes these podcast plays end up being Discord plays. I had more time to look into it and they're solid and I feel good about them and they end up in the Discord. Sometimes none of these plays do. Sometimes one or two, sometimes all three do, whatever. So, certainly, as I said, there's a benefit to being in the Discord, the VIP, as you've got the better line or the better odds to it. And shit. I mean, there's only there's 14, there's 14 13 people keep leaving. We were at like 17, 18, 19 people watching. There's 13 people watching right now. If I had hundreds of people watching, I mean, I suppose it would maybe be a little different, but I have this small little crew that's been hanging out with me until still waiting on the blow up. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know what I have to do to make that happen, unfortunately. As you know, the research is there, the picks are there, the picks are good. Um, just trying to get some more action, and I know 11:30 is probably a bad time. So we'll continue to try to get creative and find a way to increase the viewership and stuff like that. Although I know of there's plenty of other live shows that are similar to this. They have a group of people though, of course. But those are I think they're both at 10 o'clock. One's at 10, one's at 10:30, and they both get, hundreds. But they're established. They've been doing this for forever. I still don't know how long I've been doing, I'd have to go back. I should go back to see what my first video was. Anyway, Nick Lodolo, over 15 and a half. We're just got the little juice there, but that's not terrible at minus 135. He's over this in 9 of 12. At home, not great at home, but because it is a bit of a tough ballpark. We mentioned that, it's a really good place to hit. So I suppose this could be a little scary. I think that this is opened at 15 and a half because I think it's at 15 and a half because he's coming off the injured list. He hasn't pitched since June 23rd, which, they pitch roughly every 5 days or so. That is, so it's been about 50. So he's probably missed about 3 starts or something like that. I'm sure he's still been throwing. I'm sure he's been, fairly loose. He's not coming off like Tommy John or major injury or back issue or anything like that. The man had a blister on his throwing hand. But obviously that's not going to go away without, stopping like throwing. So he had to stop throwing because he had a blister. It's not like he was like hurt or anything like that. So I do understand that this is a risk with a guy coming off of injury. But he's got, like I said, this blister. And I think he left early because of this blister, only went to 4.2. So this one miss, so he's missed, 3 times, but one of which was he left because he had the blister on his hand. I don't think there's going to be limitations in the pitch count. You can see that he's throwing, 90, sometimes low 80s, but even then though, like he's still flying through. This low 80 was a 19 out. 85 was a 15, but Baltimore's a tough game. Baltimore was killing him 11-1. He gave up a ton of runs. he was on a streak, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row before he had what I think was the blister game. So he was doing great. You go down here to Colorado versus a left-handed pitcher. On the year, they're nearly bottom 5 in every category offensively. 27th highest or lowest batting average, 25th lowest on base. Um, within the last oh I'm sorry, that's within the last 30 days. On the year, they're bottom half on average, bottom 7 OBS, WRC both very low, so they're not very good against lefties. Abbott pitched for them yesterday, went a full 7. I think I was on Abbott's. No, I was on Mikolas. I wanted to be on Abbott, I think. Anyway, Abbott went a full 7. That's a left-handed pitcher. I mean, he pretty well owned them. We got a left-handed pitcher going in Lodolo, and we need him to get in 16 outs, which is a very, very, very low number. If you can get a 15 and a half and have it be a playable type number, I think that it's just something you got to jump on, as we have already. And then lastly, third play, I think we go with well, there's two that I really like. And let's look. So first was Jake Irvin over his outs. On the year, he's over this in 13 of 18. I mean, you can see he's just been a 6th inning type of guy. He'll go 7. He's gone into pitching into the 7th 3 times this year, but normally goes 6. At least the full 5. He's got in trouble one time against the Dodgers. He just faced the Mets though, which is what scares me. So he just faced the Mets and went 24. That's 8 full innings. He went 8 full innings against the Mets in a 1-0 game. I mean, on July 4th, just faced them, threw 100 pitches, went 8 innings. The guy probably could have went farther, but they brought in a closer to shut it down. The guy pitched lights out against the Mets. I think he goes over, but it does scare me because the second time around, the batter is supposed to have the advantage. So I'm worried that he does get blown up. I think this is a good spot. If you look at like guys against him, I mean, they're horrendous against him. 0-5, 1-4, 0-5. That's probably 2-6. 1-5, 0-3, 0-3, 1-6, 0-2, 0-3. I mean, these guys have not done well against Jake Irvin in their careers. I'm just cautious about the fact that he literally just faced these guys 5 days ago. I think this is a really good spot. Is he? I mean, he's minus 130 on FanDuel, which is a little more playable than that minus 140. Chuck, we talked about it a bit ago. Yeah, I definitely think the Astros. Who the Brewers play? I'd like to know who the Brewers are probably pitching, but yeah, I would think the Brewers is probably another good look. Snell pitches again today. He's been so bad. I've seen a lot of people liking his strikeouts today. Guardians probably another decent look. I mean, the Orioles over the Cubs, not in terms of like safety though. I mean, I think the Orioles probably win. I think the Guardians probably win. But in terms of like a safe 2-leg money line builder type play, I think the Royals at plus 100 is a really good look too. The White Sox always seem to hit well for Fetty, so I probably wouldn't mess with the Twins today, although I'm sure they win. But yeah, Astros and Brewers is probably a pretty good one. Let's see. Where were we though? Let me click on that so I don't lose it. We'll look at Ray for a second, which was probably going to be. I mean, Colin Ray at home has been like my go-to. Like I said, this is a good spot. They're not good against them. I am just worried that he just faced them, and that's what gives me pause. What's this say? Reach out to some of the other shows, try to be a guest. It would get you exposure. So I kind of was Gregory. So there's what's it called? There's so Sportsline. It's affiliated with CBS. They had their two guys, Coach, who was used to be in like the WWE or F or whatever what it was back in the day. You know, he knows people. And there's dude Allen. They both left, and then they made their own page. So Sportsline's got like stupid, like I don't know, like 80,000 subscribers or something like that on YouTube. And then Sportsline, they went and made their own, and they were having this like audition type show where you went on and did essentially this. You would give, it's like you did a produced show, and it's like, yeah, this is my play, this is why I like it. And then like the audience like voted on who was like the best, who did the best or whatever. So I was on the first ever version of that show, and I won the first show. I won the first show with them, and then I came back for the second show. You were supposed to have to win 3 times in a row to get a spot on their show. The second time I lost, but like, there's no way I didn't lose. Like, I lost to a guy that was on his iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've got the nice camera. I know that I can present, myself. The dude tried to say that I had said something that I didn't say. And then the chat's like, no, he didn't say that. He said this, So like, anyway, I was on their show. Kind of. All right. Lastly, let's just get this over with a bit. Yeah, I feel like, the A's probably are pretty live today, Marcus. Over 17 and a half. If you look at, over 17 and a half. I mean, on the year, Colin Ray hasn't been fantastic. At home, he has been. I mean, we've been on Colin Ray. I mean, a lot. Colin Ray has been a main dude for us at home. He's just been a 6-inning merchant, like I said. He's over. He's over in 6 of 8. He got beat up by the Cubs, and he got beat up by the Cubs, so his 2 misses have been against the Cubs. So the fact that, I mean, he has had a little bit of struggles recently gives me a little bit of pause. But he lost both times against the Cubs. This isn't the Cubs. The Pirates versus a right-handed pitcher on the year they're bottom 5 or worse in like every category. 21st lowest batting average, 25th lowest. I think I said 21st. 25th in both batting average, OBS, on base percentage. OPS is second, third last. WRC 26. In the last 30, they're hitting righties a little better, still bottom half, still 8th worst in on base percentage. So, they're not as good against righties. The Pirates, are up and down. The Pirates can have good games. The Pirates could not have good games. The Pirates, I think, just recently had a pretty decent hitting game, but actually they hit like 7 home runs or something. Versus Colin Ray, though, I mean, like, you got Onel Cruz is 0-2, Rowdy Tellez 0-1, Triolo is looks like 1-8, McCutcheon 1-6, Palacios is 1-5. Then you got Brian Reynolds has hit him pretty well. Sawinski's hit him, pretty decently. Gonzalez has hit him, 3 for 6. Colin Ray's just been good at home. Let me see his ERA at home compared to, I'm sure it's better. Of course, it's not pulled up. Away, he's got I'm sorry, at home, he's got a 2.83 ERA. He's pitched 8 times. He's 5-1. He's got a sub 1 WHIP. So much better at home. Away, he's 3-1, 9 times pitching. He's got a 3.86 ERA. He's got a 1.44 WHIP. So he walks more people away. He's better at home. Like Trent said, like it's Colin Ray day. I think that's actually Trent. That's what we're talking about right now. I really, really do think I like Jake Irvin. I'm gonna have to do some more research. Maybe add him in a parlay if there's some type of boost or something like that. Maybe I can go through and that'll be a leg for a parlay. I think it's a good spot, but in terms of like the best options, I think that Colin Ray at home is the better option. So to recap, and then I'll see what it is with this juice reducer. I was gonna be we already talked about Trevor Rogers. He's like 1-9 and like 20 starts or something. Astros are much better, and I think they're gonna be pitching Ronel Blanco, so I don't see him getting the win. So to recap, we're gonna do this Brian Bayo under 17.5 outs. It's juice, so we're gonna put the Astros plus 1.5. If you don't want to mess with a juice reducer, don't do it. Play the plus 146 or play him at plus 105 at under 16.5. I'm sure the 16.5 is good. It's a spot where I don't think he's going to come out into the 6, which means he's only going to go 15. But of course, if I can have the 17.5, it's the smarter play. Like I said, we gave this one out. I gave this one out in the Discord at a much better number. So, the benefit to being in there, all caps lunchtime, 25% off. That's the first play. Second play was going to be Nick Lodolo over 15.5 outs. He's coming off of the injured list, but lefty against the Rockies. Rockies don't hit very well away. They've got the second worst batting average away, and they have one of the best batting averages at home. They're not good away. They're not good against a lefty. Abbott, a lefty for the Reds, just went 7 full against them. We need the guy to come out and get one out into the 6th inning. I think is going to be really doable. And then we're going to do Colin Ray over 17.5 with Trevor Rogers to not get a win. That's plus 115. That's going to be the third play. Sounds like a sweep. Feels like a sweep. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up in the Discord too. Like I said, if I had 100 people watching, we're down to 9 at this point. This is actually one of the lower shows that I've had, which is fine. But that's where, like I said, maybe be a little more careful or something like that. But anyhow, if anybody has a home run hitter, go ahead and drop them. We can put that together really fast. I like this play right here. But like I said, we were able to play them straight, so it works out. But I'll go ahead and just start picking some guys unless you guys have somebody. But Shea, I like Shea Langoliers today. With the wind blowing out, I think is a nice little kind of like a safe little play. Vlad into the bay. Great wind blowing out. I think it's a pretty good spot there. Blake Snell worries me a little bit for Vlad. I don't even know how to fucking spell it. There you go. Snell's a lefty, I think, right? Yeah, he's only got 3 home runs against lefties. Yes, sir, Chuck. Trent, you watching? I literally just said that. Um, who else was I gonna say? I like a red. It's just the Reds are just so goofy. It's just so hard to know like who you want to get after. Philly though, like I was thinking Schwarber. I don't know how much like how long he's been, back or anything. I've seen that Arenado. I seen because they give this out too, just like the other. Let's see down here. Yeah, he's got 3 home runs against them. Where's that being played at though? Is that in St. Louis? So the only downside is there's wind blowing in, which doesn't mean anything. But I mean, like it's just chance of rain and there's wind blowing in, and it's a three wave, which means it's like stronger home run or stronger like wind. So like Arenado is a good look, but Steer. I do like Steer. We can do that. This is one of those off the beaten path kind of. Then, like I said, we got Phillies and Dodgers is a pretty good look. Zach Wheeler, though, I'm not really feeling awesome about fading Zach Wheeler, so I feel like we need to take a Philly in this spot. Just trying to pull something up here. Yeah, Joffrey. Was thinking Schwarber. Well, I just wasn't sure how long Schwarber's been back. I was trying to see that. So this will be Schwarber's first game back from the injured list. I don't know if that's good or bad. None of them have hit a home run against Bobby Miller. Zach Wheeler. Wow, they've actually had some. See, they've had some good success. Like Freddie Freeman's got 2 home runs, but he's also faced them 67 times in his career. So of course he's gonna have 2 home runs. Teo he's got 2 home runs against them and only 9 at bats. So like that's not bad. Yeah, no, that's clearly Joffrey, right? Isn't that what I said? I mean, that's what it looks like to me. It's a cool name. Probably Schwarber. I mean, we'll might as well. I mean, Bobby Miller's been getting killed to the point. I mean, like he got, I don't know if he got hurt or if they just sent him down. Like he was just getting like smashed. I remember April 5th against the Cubs, he gave up 5 runs in 1.2 innings. Like I remember I was at the gym, I was on the over in that game and like it hit like stupid easily. So let's just do that. Let's do Langeliers, Steer, and Schwarber. That's what we'll do. That'll be the plays. Yeah, I think that's all I got. If anybody has anything, let me know. If not, we'll be done here. See what we can do to get some get a sweep. Right. We're gonna close it out. Pretty efficient today. 40 minutes, just under 40 minutes. It's about to hit 40 minutes right now. So can't complain about that. As always, hit me up on Twitter, or comments on, honestly, a comment on a video on YouTube I'm going to see much easier than on Twitter, more than likely. But appreciate you guys, and I will be back tomorrow at 11:30.